This IGANZ event is proudly brought to you by Boulgaris and all our fantastic sponsors. Now, live from Remuera Golf Club.
I will rise up above, yeah, up above. And I am risen from the grasp of limitation, no longer holding me. I am risen, and I am risen. Oh, doubt has been defeated. My soul has been set free, and I choose to believe. Yeah, yes, I'm risen. Yes, I am free. Oh, more. I will rise up above, yeah, up above. I am risen, and I am risen from the grasp of limitation, no longer holding me. I am risen, and I am risen. Oh, doubt has been defeated. My soul has been set free, and I choose to believe. Yeah, yes, I'm risen. Yes, I am free. Though the battle rages on, the war's already won. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, the pressure's rising, the floods are rising, but I will soar above. Whoa, I am risen. Oh, for the grasp of limitation, no longer holding me, and I am risen, and I am risen. Oh, doubt has been defeated, and my soul has been set free, and I choose to believe. Yeah, yes, I'm risen. Yes, I am free. Whoa, more. I'm risen. Yes, I am free. Thank you. All right, we're going to do the national anthem now. Yehowa atua o ngā iwi matura ata whakarongo me aroha noa kia huam ko te pai kia tauto ata whai mana ki ti amam Aotearoa, God of nations, at thy feet. In the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God, defend our free land. God, Pacific's triple star, from the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God, defend New Zealand. Thank you.
There we go, folks. What a voice, Ben Lamas. Let's get straight to our lovely kids here from Kohimarama Primary School and their Kapahaka group. All right, there we go. Take it away. Let's try that again. What a great effort there by the team, by the Kapahaka group from Kohimarama Primary School. And can we have the principal or anybody? Where we go? Oh, there it is. What we do have now is a koha from Remuera Golf Club and also from IGANZ. Thank you very much, and we do appreciate your group. Fantastic. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be getting underway in about 2 or 3 minutes' time with our first pairing coming up for the big hitting. So stick around for that. 2 or 3 minutes' time, we will have our first pair coming up. We have a little bit of a breeze behind us. There is going to be some big hitting today in the Boulgaris Battle of the Burbs. Watch out for that. We do also have the world champion who's taking part, Maurice Allen. So stick around. Some big hitting coming up in the Battle of the Burbs in just a couple of moments.
I got half an hour till I hit, so definitely going to go around and do something. Like up there, I was like this. My car, there was a egg-shaped half golf ball in the roof, right on the running strip, and you could see about 20 little white dots and a bit of a vapor trail, so it was clearly a golf ball. Anyway, he didn't really work out who it was because he was down the bottom of the I presume it was guys to do that. Yeah. It would go over the top of the tree. If they're left-handed, right-handed. Right-handed, so that's sources. The drawers go further? No, not this one. Not this one. Oh, no, normally though. Yeah. But you'll see that you'll be surprised at them sources. Yeah, oh yeah, they don't have a straight. No one has a straight. No. Problems picking them up. It's impossible to see them here. Oh, yeah. Well, I was standing behind
This IGANZ event is proudly brought to you by Boulgaris and all our fantastic sponsors. Now, live from Remuera Golf Club.
No, but it would be helpful to know if you had to pull a big one out or whether you were leading.
Oh, no, they get told.
They get told.
Well, they know anyway. So
Those are pretty fancy lasers because it's...
I think you called it.
No,
Did they hit the ball, did he?
well, he's in it.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Well, no, I think I heard a week ago somebody pulled out, so he was making up numbers. Oh, well, I just saw him on the driving range. But for a guy, you know, he's got a good physique, his bloody upper arms are like that. He's a strong boy.
Where did he come from?
He was a pro. He's a South African.
Straight to here.
Oh, no, I think he's been here for a little while, but I'm not quite sure where. He's a nice guy. Right?
Does he teach?
Does he teach? Don't think so at the moment.
He's working on the shop.
It's more the retail side.
What about Josh? Does he teach?
Gerald seems to be doing a shitload of teaching. Gerald used to spread himself around various clubs, but he's now here all the time. In fact, I saw the stats for friendship last month. It was something like, I don't know, 50 or 80 one-hour sessions and 70 or 90 half-hour sessions. Because Stephanie's teaching. Oh, he went back to North Shore. That's where he grew up and played Pacific Force. So he's now head pro over there. Which is quite good because North Shore's actually quite a, I reckon pro shop's one of the best around. And they have a really good fitting service. A couple of my mates aren't members here, but they go there.
But people get their clubs fitted. They just borrow your feet out.
As I understand it, when you get fitted, they then have to order the clubs and they're made for you. But all they're doing is putting a head on a shaft and a grip. So it's the head, and on irons it's often the lie angle too. And all shafts. So they just put them together, assemble them.
So because I can get tricky on TV, these horses stuff. If I bought the clubs with their choice of shafts, if I didn't want the shaft, I just get a new shaft. I'll get the shaft for the club and then
It's a hard way of doing it.
but it's
Why don't you?
because I can get them off the import.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Can you specify what you get though? Well, why don't you pay $50? Get a proper measurement. They put you on TrackMan and say your swing speed is this, shaft is that, your angle is that, whatever. And you just order Jimmy fitting in something to like buy from you. No, don't do that. But they'll do that. That's what they'll do. They'll measure you up.
Or else I could wait till there's sometimes they have them.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're close to the close to the other day.
Well, we had irons only, haven't we? They're putting in, they're digging for the floodlights. I've just watched him warming up and I've got a video of the swing. He throws himself hugely off balance.
Remember last time he came in, he got to know quite a lot.
I wasn't here, I just watched this one.
Okay. He came into the club maybe on like a Monday or something like that. He got to know quite a bit.
I'd request pass if I was these boys. 150 miles an hour. Oh, look at that.
He'll do that shot that I just said.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go with our first two competitors. All right, we have our first two competitors here with the Boulgaris Battle of the Burbs. And to my right in the blue, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for Maurice Allen. He is the world champion. And here in the white shirt from New Zealand, Alan Stroud, he is the New Zealand champion. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, nice to have the support there. All right, we are going to have 8 balls each. We have the, whatever color balls you call these, we'll call them pink for the moment with Maurice. We have the yellow balls here for Alan. And we have 3 minutes, 8 balls, and then we'll let you know their best distances. So ladies and gentlemen, about to get underway. And we are ready now. Gentlemen, you have 8 balls, 3 minutes, starting from now.
I hope
And Maurice Allen, the world champion from Florida. He is in the blue, the very flowery shirt. And recently just winning the world champs in Oklahoma. And he's up against Alan Stroud, who is the New Zealand champion. He also was in Oklahoma as well for the first time in the world champs. So New Zealand champ against the world champ. And we're into the 4th ball each with 1 minute 45 remaining in this first round. Breezy conditions here at the Remuera Golf Club. However, the wind is behind both players, so they're going to have to be accurate as they go down the #1 fairway here at Remuera Golf Club in the centre of Auckland. Maurice Allen does have a very good record here in Auckland at the Remuera Golf Club. In fact, he's won both previous tournaments at this venue. Coming up to the 6th ball, of course, this is the 6th ball of 8. Each player has 3 minutes for their 8 balls. And the tee-off area here on a bit of a rise on the first tee. And that is the yellow ball, plenty of height there from Alan Stroud. Maurice, of course, with his he does have his very unorthodox swing there. All right, and now we have 30 seconds coming up, and they're on to the 7th ball. Maurice Allen and Alan Stroud. And the very big breeze behind them. Coming up now on the last ball for both players. And this is the last ball. Alan Stroud in the white from New Zealand. Maurice Allen in the blue from the United States. There we go, Allen finishing off, not overly pleased with his final shot, and Maurice Allen there with his last shot as well. All right, well done there to our first 2 players. That was Maurice Allen and Alan Stroud. We will give you the best distance coming up in just one moment. Well done to both players there. Our next 2 players will be Stefan Scudi from Australia and Alex Lunn from New Zealand. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, looking at our players here from Australia with the glowing green ball, Stefan Scudi. Let's have a round of applause, please, from Australia. And from New Zealand with the orange balls, we have Alex Lunn. All right, players, if we're ready, and we've got the timers ready. Thumbs up from the timers. All right, gentlemen, you have 3 minutes for your 8 balls. Right, so the next pairing up is Stefan Scudi, and he's from Australia, the tall man from Australia there, or 6'5" of him, against Alex Lunn. So Alex Lunn in the black shirt, Stefan Scudi in the blue. Phyllis Meady joining me now, the world champion, women's world champion, and great to have you, Phyllis. Great to have you here at Remuera Golf Club. This breeze is strong, huh?
It's something windy, so the guys have to really concentrate on controlling their ball flight in order to get a ball in.
Yeah, it's really, the breeze is great, but in many ways you just have to control more than actually hit.
Absolutely. I think for these guys it's a matter of being able to get one and get one counter so that they can qualify into the top 16 or top 8.
Well, there we go with 2 minutes remaining, and we'll let them know that 2 minutes are remaining in this. Let's have a look how many balls they've gone through. What do you think there of the style of Stefan Scudi? He's got a bit of height on his side.
He's very long, he's got long levers, long legs. So he's got a bit of timing on his hand. So if he can time it up right, he'll get one straight and long.
All right, well, 4 balls hit each. And see anything you like so far?
You know what? Alex Sun from Morrinsville is also off a 4 handicap. He's a pretty good player himself. He swings it pretty fast. It's just a matter of him being able again to get one in the grid. Being at windy and all.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can get it in the grid, you're probably going to get a decent distance.
Absolutely. We just need one to count so that the guys can carry on. Oh, look at that. Alex has just broken a club head off the shaft. Something's come off the hosel right there.
Okay, coming up for the 7th ball. Oh my goodness, there you go. Look at that.
As quick as that, he's just
How much
changed
is that
clubs and
gonna
he's got a couple. We'll have to find out. Very seamless transition from Alex.
Okay,
right
coming
there.
up on the 7th ball. They've got just under a minute remaining, so plenty of time there for 2 balls remaining for both of these players.
On average, you'll be wanting to use about 22.5 seconds per ball. So, I mean, these guys have plenty of time. 2 more balls left to go. Alex on his 8th ball. Steph's on his 6th, 7th. Oh my gosh, this wind.
All right, well, with 30 seconds, you heard the call there, and it's coming up to
last ball.
Last ball.
Last ball for Steph.
What do you feel the pressure on the last ball? Do you just go for it, or do you think about it?
You know, it really depends. These guys have got 2 rounds of 8 balls, so you know, do you go all out right now, or do you wait for the next lot?
All right, with plenty of time there.
Awesome.
And both players completed. All right, we'll get ready to call in the next group. This is a little bit stronger than I thought. Okay, we're going to get ready for our 3rd pair. And from Akarana Golf Club, Chase McEwen. Let's have a round of applause for Chase. Here he is in the white. Come on, people. All right, and from Australia here in the green shirt, Daniel Lee. This guy can hit big. I've seen him do it in Sydney, so let's watch out what he can do today as well. And we're waiting for the balls to come out. Here they come. All right, so Daniel Lee gets the green, and in the pink, we have Chase McEwen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks as though our timer's ready then. We've got a thumbs up for timing. Yes, we have. All right, guys, you've got 8 balls, 3 minutes. Are we ready yet? There's Grant out there on there. No, we're not ready yet. Okay, well spotted. Our guys are out there. As you can see, our spotters are out there. They are getting the distances. And I've been told that it's best to not go for too much, just get it on the grid. But hey, with this wind, who knows? And it looks as though our spotters are now getting back into position. And we are still waiting on the spotters. Okay, we've got the thumbs up, guys. All right, you ready? All right, let's get underway. 8 balls, 3 minutes. Your time starts now.
Right on the tee, we have Chase McEwen and Daniel Lees. Chase in the pink balls, Daniel with the yellow golf balls. Chase McEwen, one of our favourites. He's got quite the swing for the long drive. Daniel's quite new, right?
He's from the Akarana Club and
right.
very popular around Auckland. I've got to tell you, Daniel Lee, though, saw him at Stonecutters Ridge a year or 2 ago in Sydney, and he just came out a nice smacked the heck out of it. I think he was up to about 370 or 380.
You know what, those kind of numbers will win today, so he just needs to put one in the grid again, being at windy.
And the spotters might have a little bit of difficulty out there because
I would agree.
To follow the ball is going to be difficult.
Absolutely. It's
And
really
to find
important
it-
that our callers at the
With that one, he spotted it going down the middle.
That's a good reaction from Daniel. So, ball 3 up on the tee.
All right. They're taking the time, these guys, probably more so than their previous groups who were rushing through it a lot.
I agree. I think nerves kind of got the best of the other guys. It's nice to be able to learn from the groups ahead of you.
The
so
wind, I was about to say it's slightly died down,
Oh,
but
here
I don't
we
know
go.
about that.
hopefully it helps the golf ball.
All right, so coming up on the fourth ball here. And this is Chase and Daniel Lee. Daniel from Australia.
They're at halfway, so their timing is kind of perfect right now. 4 balls gone. Minute and a half to go about. Daniel's ball's just gone out to the left-hand side. Sometimes when they get a little quick in their transitions, not quite on song, they're going to be hooking the heck out of the golf ball.
Right, with 1 minute to go, they're only onto the 6th ball, so they're going to have to hurry up if they want to get through all 6.
We estimate about 20 seconds per ball, which isn't a bad thing.
It's got a bit of height on that one there, leaning back.
It has, wow. Good swing by Chase. Nice and fluid through the ball.
40 more seconds, 40 more seconds.
Say it was the most stylish swing for both of them, but they seem to get the distance, is that right?
Absolutely, you know, it's horses for courses really, Dave. Chase has a nice long swing. Daniel, on the other hand, likes to wind it up and just let it rip on the way down.
Yep. Oh, we've got a boom as well. We like the boom.
20 seconds left, 20 seconds left.
All right, so here we go. We're on to the second to last ball, and they're running out of time. They probably won't get to that final ball by the look of it. I don't know if that really matters too much for these players. They seem to be reasonably happy.
That is a very good final ball by Daniel Lee, straight up the left-hand side of the grid. Whether that comes in, that could be safe given the wind conditions now coming from the southwest.
All right, there are both of our players finishing up then, and we'll get ready to call up the next 2 players.
Yeah. Dave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're getting through the pairs now. Coming up, we have New Zealand's own Dan Crook. Where is Dan Crook? And also Thomas Woods coming on out. Our next 2 players making their way out. We'll have some distances for you very shortly. We're just getting the prelim distances coming out, so we'll have those very shortly to let you know the progress of our big hitters here at the Boulgaris Battle in the Burbs. And just awaiting Thomas Woods. I'm sure Thomas is here. In fact, there he is. All right, so Thomas over here has the orange ball. And Dan, the left-hander, he's got the green ball. And it looks as though our spotters out there have cleared the grid. All right, both players ready. You right there, Thomas? You're good? Okay, looking for timing. We have 8 balls for both players here. And gentlemen, as we get ready for your timing. All right, players, you have 3 minutes for 8 balls starting from now.
On the tee now we have captain of the Long Blacks, Dan Crook, and young Thomas Woods, a 18-year-old +2 handicapper from Miramar, Wellington. On the tee block, they've hit their first golf balls off the tee, and they're teeing up ball 2 now.
Well, Dan Crook has been around the long drive game here over the last few years. Very loves his long drive, very into it, and been one of the driving forces, for want of a bad pun, behind the sport. And Thomas, relatively new to the sport.
He's very new. He's a young amateur from Wellington. He's on a +2 handicap. And he's, you know, an up-and-coming long driver. He's super keen and he wants to get in there. So him hitting against Dan Crook right now will be a great idea.
Well, just looking at the spotters on the screen at the present time and a little bit of waving around, I'll consider that a good thing.
Yes.
Grant Nichols out there.
We have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
So again, this pair is relatively slow. I do know that Dan likes to take his time.
Yes,
Likes
correct.
to get right down to the
Yes, he
final
does.
there, final few seconds before he hits his last ball.
Yes, he's very well timed in the 8-ball 3-minute routine. It'd be interesting to see Thomas, on the other hand, brand new hitter. See how he goes with the 3 minutes, 8 balls routine.
All right, let's have a look at the swing of Thomas Woods. As you say, relatively new to the sport. Let's see how he actually hits when he comes down to this swing now.
Good.
He's got a great setup, moves everything to the right-hand side and just shifts it all the way to the left so that he has maximum power through the ball.
Would it be quite a legitimate golf swing? Would you call it that?
Very much so. Very traditional golf swing versus Dan's. Dan's is quite long at the top. A lot of Thomas's emphasis is more on the downswing as opposed to on the way up.
Now, we should explain for the Smitty that there is a very strong breeze
Right,
behind the players.
Dan and Thomas, you guys have 1 minute left. 1 more minute.
Quite strong, and better just to hit probably down the middle and get it on the grid more than anything else. Would that be correct?
Absolutely. You know, the old saying goes, when it's breezy, swing it easy. And I think now's the best time to be using that mantra in order to get a ball in.
All right, coming down to the last couple of balls here. And
2 balls to go, 40 seconds.
here we go. With the orange ball, it is Thomas Woods. With the green or yellow ball, it is Dan Crook, the left-hander.
Just a bit out to the left. Dan's ball's hugging up the right-hand side there.
All right,
Second
up to the last ball, 20 seconds remaining.
20 seconds to go.
And 15 seconds remaining. They're both on the last ball. And Thomas closest to the camera. Thomas Woods, that is, from Wellington. And Dan Crook from the Bay of Plenty, the left-hander. Right down to the last few seconds.
That's all right, that's what I'm doing.
And we're waiting some distances to come back from all of the
And
pairs that we've had
time.
so far. Coming up now for the fourth pairing. Let's just take a little look at the distances from the first two pairs. Well, Maurice Allen, a very good distance there. 379 metres was his best hit.
All right,
Alex
ladies and gentlemen,
Stroud,
we are currently
out of
clearing the
bounds.
grid. We will get some distances
Stefan
back to you shortly.
Schutte,
The next
333
two
metres.
players up
And Alex
are
Lunn,
Nick Hanna and
348
Sean
metres.
Ralston.
Righto, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just tell you the distances from the first two pairs. Well, for Alan Stroud, the New Zealand champ, bit of a tough one there, out of bounds for him. So he'll have to come back fairly strong. For Maurice Allen, the world champion from Florida, Maurice Allen, 379 metres. So that's 379 metres. Well done there to Maurice Allen. And then in the next pairing, it was Stefan Schutte from Australia, 333 metres. Alex Lunn from New Zealand, his best hit, 348 metres. So there you go, the distances so far. All right, let's have our next pairing coming up. Nick Hanna with the yellow ball here. Oh, make that, sorry, Sean Ralston. Sorry, Sean. This is Sean Ralston from Christchurch, people, not Nick. That's Nick. All right, with the white ball. You can go there, Nick. Yeah, it's all right. So Nick Hanna here with the white ball. I should really look before I say their names. All right, this is Sean Ralston from Christchurch with the yellow, Nick Hanna with the white. All right, we are ready to get underway. Spotters are off the grid. Ladies and gentlemen, and players, you have 3 minutes, 8 balls, starting from now.
On the tee now we have Nick Hanna and Sean Ralston, another long black, in here trying to qualify for the top 8 of the Boulgaris Battle in the Burbs competition. Nick hitting the white golf ball, Sean hitting the yellow golf ball. Just under 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Teeing up ball 3.
All right, so Phyllis through to the, well, second ball coming up there, Nick Hanna. He's got the white balls.
Correct.
And Sean Ralston from Christchurch in the green or yellow balls. We've heard a couple of distances so far. Maurice Allen got 379, our best hit so far. We had 348 there for Alex Lunn, and 333 for Stefan Scudi. Alan Stroud out of bounds. Bit of a tough one there for him as the New Zealand champion. All right, well, we have a few more distances as well. And I tell you what, we're having a bit of trouble with keeping it on the grid. Chase McEwen, whoa, 379 as well.
Fantastic ball by Chase McEwen. And Daniel Lee with a 354.
Yeah, Daniel Lee from Australia, 54. But Dan Crook and Thomas Woods both out of bounds. So, as we've been saying, it is about controlling the ball rather than distance at the moment, because that wind, I don't know how many Ks it would be at the moment, but it's fairly strong. Would basically be taking the ball a long way anyway.
Absolutely. These guys have had to have, they need to have absolute control of this. They can count one in first and then go nuts after that.
All right, and Phyllis, as I look on your hands, I can see a couple of big rings. We'll have to talk about those later on. I think they might be World Championship rings. All right, coming up to the last couple of balls there. Coming up to the last couple of balls, Sean Ralston and Nick Hanna. They have 40 seconds remaining. And it is...
Nick teeing up his last ball.
30 seconds remaining. 30
Plenty
seconds.
of time with the last golf ball to go. Sometimes all it takes is a bit of
Sean
time.
Ralston relatively happy with that one, I think.
Takes a bit of time
and
just to...
Last ball, Nick Hanna.
Settle yourself in and rip it hard. And that paid off for Nick Hanna right there, straight down the line.
All right, well, let's get ready for the next group, which will be Greg Mooney and Gareth Campbell. That'll be coming up very shortly. Okay, no one's been blown away yet. That's great news. All right, we have some more distances, folks. And for Group 4, that was Dan Crook and Thomas Woods. They're going to have to come back strong because both players were out of bounds. However, for Group 3, it was Daniel Lee from Australia, 354 metres. Chase McEwen from Akarana Club, wow, 379 metres as well. So that puts him equal in distance with Maurice Allen. All right, let's call up the next group. This is Group 6, or the next pair. We have Greg Mooney and Gareth Campbell. All right, guys, who's with? Okay, we've got Greg with the pink ball, the orange ball. I'm colorblind. I just know it's that ball. And here we go with the green, yellow ball. We have Gareth Campbell. And we have our spotters off the grid. We're doing a swap, actually. All right, so over here with the orange, Greg Mooney. And over here with the green. Are you guys doing this to confuse me? All right, over here with the green, we have Gareth Campbell. We'll let the boys set up first. And I hesitate to say it, but the wind has died slightly. All right, are we getting the thumbs up for the timing? Yes, we have. All right, guys, you've got 8 balls, 3 minutes. You've seen what everybody else can do.
Right, on the tee now, we've got 2 long blacks and Greg Mooney and Gareth Campbell. Some of the fastest swingers in New Zealand. It's just a matter of, can they get that in the grid? Both really strong hitters. Strong men themselves. Going through the battle of being able to hit the grid with the wind.
So, Phyllis Mitty, we're on to our group, well, is it number 6, or the pairing number 6? Greg Mooney and Gareth Campbell. And we have one more left-hander. I mean, Dan Crook's not the only one.
That's right.
And Gareth, well, he's been around long drive a little bit last few years, 4 years, 3 years in New Zealand.
Gareth has adopted the name the Kiwi Slinger. That's his trademark, and that's how he's known as a long driver in the sport of long drive.
Oh, we've got a boom. Where'd that boom come from? All right, let's get ready for another boom. Let's see something straight down the middle if we can. Gareth Campbell taking a big hit on that one.
A bit out to the right from Gareth's body language.
And sunny conditions here at Remuera Golf Club for the Boulgaris Battle of the Burbs. And
just a bit quick there by Greg.
The wind is exceptionally strong.
We're coming up to a minute 30 left. 1 minute and 30 seconds.
And 1 minute 30 seconds for these two players to get through the amount of shots. 8 balls, 3 minutes in total. At the Remuera number 1 hole here. It's quite elevated, isn't it, Phyllis?
It is. It is. It's very much elevated. But this is perfect with the wind that we have right now. The guys just need to hit it up and hit it straight in order to get the ball in the grid.
And again, the wind, after dying down slightly, has picked up.
So Gareth just hit that straight down the middle, and because the wind's so strong, it's going to be blowing it out to the right-hand side. It'll be lucky if it stays in.
Yeah, so far we have had 3 players who have gone out of bounds. And then we've got a couple of good distances, very good distances from Reese Allen.
Seconds.
And also Chase McEwen as well. What have they got? 379 metres, the biggest distances, but also 3 players completely out of bounds.
That's right. 379 metres off this tee block, even with the wind, is an exceptional number. So for 2 players to hit that is fantastic. Not just a world champion, but one of our New Zealand long black champions, future champions.
Right, coming down to the last couple of balls by the looks of it. Like the last ball for each player. We'll be getting more distances coming through very shortly.
Really good setup by Gareth, nice and strong.
So last ball each. Well, I don't know about that, Phyllis, but both players don't seem overly happy with what they've managed for this round.
No, well, hopefully they get one in the grid so that they can progress on to the top 8.
Round of applause. We're just going to wait for the grid crew to clear the grid.
All right, our next competitor is Adam Taylor. Now, he is teeing off by himself. He just likes to be an individual. Well, actually, no, he's a very good hitter. So let's get ready for Adam Taylor in just a couple of minutes. We're awaiting the distances as our spotters there are on the grid at the moment. So a couple of warm-up swings there for Adam. And it looks as though that we're still a little bit of a struggle to actually get on the grid for some players. 3 players so far out of bounds. And the other 5 have managed to come up with distances of 333, 348, 354, and 2 players at 379 metres. We're waiting the next players, McHanna, Sean Ralston, Greg Mooney, Gareth Campbell, awaiting their distances to be confirmed. And as you can see, our golf buggies out there checking on where the ball has gone. How far can they beat 379 metres? We'll wait very shortly with the next distances coming through. All right, folks, and also don't forget we do have the fireworks later on tonight. Thank you very much to Boulgaris Realty for that. Fireworks have been great fun the last couple of years. Big crowds. Might be a little breezy, but it'll still be a great display. All right, we're getting the thumbs up there, Adam. Okay, come on up. And timing is all ready. So we have Adam Taylor from New Zealand. Your time starts now.
Straight on the tee is Adam Taylor, one of our fellow Long Blacks. He's been to the World Long Drive Championships before. So heading by himself today. Adam really just needs to get one to count so that he can carry on to the top 8, which progresses into the match play.
If you're all wondering why there's only one player on the tee at the moment, unfortunately our other player, Steve Watkinson, his wife went into labour this morning, and he had to go to the hospital, so he couldn't make it today. But everyone give Adam a cheer him on.
We've had some good numbers come back from
And
the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, we've got a couple more distances there, Phyllis, for the last 2 groups. Let's start at Group 6, pairing 6. Gareth Campbell, 276.
And you got about 1 minute and 50
so that's 276 meters there for Gareth Campbell.
Greg Mooney with a 338.
And the previous group, the previous pairing, there was Sean Ralston from Christchurch, 329.
To Nick Hanna's 327, 2 meters difference.
All right, so their distance is not quite up with the 379 records that we've had so far, but still getting it on the grid is the main thing at the moment.
Absolutely.
All right, so Adam Taylor out there by himself. What ball is he on there, Phyllis?
He's about halfway to go.
All right. I don't know whether it's good or bad if you're by yourself or have someone against you.
That's a good point. But I think what's really good is he's able to concentrate on his own thing and just make sure that he gets one on the grid to make it count.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the person, doesn't it? How
Absolutely.
they like to actually feel there. Some people better by themselves, others like someone close to them competing. All right, so coming down to the last couple of balls, he's got plenty of time. All right, just under a minute and 2 shots
Under
remaining.
a minute to go.
They look pretty true. I don't know if he was happy with it.
Quite a high ball flight. Nice, tall, long levers.
So you don't really want a high ball in this wind, do you?
Well, a high ball flight in this one's not too bad. The fact that it's a bit from the cross, it's from the west side too, it makes it has a bit of an effect on the golf ball.
All right, last shot here for Adam Taylor. 30 seconds remaining. And no, I think that was a bit of a shake of the head there, wasn't it?
Can't really tell by his body language whether he likes it or not, so we'll just have to find out what the grid's going to say.
On the green ball, we have Paul West, a New Zealand Long Black, and Chris Gunderson on the orange ball, another New Zealand Long Black.
All right, so we'll just say a little bit of a thank you to the sponsors.
These 2 players are ready.
Without the sponsors, of course, we wouldn't have an event. We've got a Boulgaris Realty, Remuera Golf Club, of course, great venue, and Luxury Golf Tours, Aripa, the Stream Shop, and also Golf Further, Nexus Creative.
4,
Who's got
3,
time?
2, and 1. Let's go.
Next players, Paul West and Chris Gunderson.
Both Long Blacks.
We have Paul West in the blue top, and closer to the camera, Chris Gunderson. So they're already underway. You won't get in much mucking around from Chris. He likes to get straight into it.
Absolutely. Head pro out of Whakatane Golf Club. He's also helping a lot of the guys out with putting clubs together and stocking some of the long drive equipment that our boys are hitting.
Yeah.
Chris hitting the orange balls, Paul with the green ball. Pretty good ball there by Paul. You can tell usually by the body language of the guys. If they're watching the ball, that means that they usually like it.
Well, here's me saying that Chris was going to race through it. Well, he's a little bit slower, actually, than usual. Here, say one thing, they do the other. There we go. We do have Paul West in the blue, and Chris there with the white t-shirt.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes left.
Oh, now we do have a real heavy breeze coming through right now. I don't know how strong that breeze is, but it's strong that I'm holding up the tent pole. And so far, the biggest distances of the competition today, 379 metres. They must have really got with the wind there, but that was Maurice Allen, and he is the world champion. Also, James McEwen, 379 metres as well. The next best distance, Daniel Lee from Australia, and it was 354. And Phyllis Metty, we're up to, what is it, ball 4?
We've got Paul up at ball 4. Chris is sitting down to ball 3. 3 balls to go. Just under halfway to go.
All right, it sounded good, that shot, and they seem quite happy with it too. All right, 2 more balls there for Chris. And it looks as though we have with Paul West.
1 more minute for these boys. 1 more minute.
3 more balls.
3 more balls for Paul, 2 more for Chris.
Seems pretty happy. Chris Gunnison getting a few down the middle there.
Change of the driver made a bit of a difference there.
And we have 2 more pairings remaining after this pairing. So getting through it there with 38 seconds remaining. Last ball there for Chris Gunnison. Paul West.
That's a good ball by Paul West.
No, not happy with that one.
That's
last ball there as well.
Side. Not a bad ball there for Chris.
Well, a few people seem happy with that, so I think we'll take it. I think Chris may have got a couple of good shots on the grid. And we're waiting for Paul West on his final shot here. What do you think? Not happy with that one, was he? No? Okay, we're doing a shake of the heads all around there. There's a replay of Chris Gunderson. And he seemed happy with a couple of his shots. So we'll wait and see the distances, or wait and hear the distances coming back very shortly. In the meantime, the next pairing will be coming back up. And that'll be Ian Dick and also Ronnie Clark.
Right,
Ronnie Clark from the Hawke's Bay of New Zealand.
Clear the grid. Next up,
wait for the distances there.
Raul Walker.
No.
Raul Walker and Calvin Coelho. 2 new long drivers on the scene. We haven't seen these boys before, but we heard they can hit a long drive. So let's give them some support.
Oh, sorry. Oh, what?
All right, so folks, getting ready for our next pairing. All right, we've got a little bit of a breeze coming in behind us. In fact, that breeze is probably about 25 knots, if not more. And in kilometers, that's probably about 50 Ks. So 50 kilometers behind the players. And they're really, if you hit it up into the wind, it's really got to travel far. Just depends which direction it's actually going to go, to the side, because 3 players already have had all of their balls go out of bounds. So we await.
All right, and we got some scores back from the 3rd group out. Nick Hanna, 327 meters. Sean Ralston, 329 meters. Greg Mooney, 338. And Gareth Campbell, 276 meters. That was from the group 3. Group 3. All right, players, are you ready? Your time starts
All right,
now.
Ladies and gentlemen. So we have a couple of new players coming up. Calvin Coelho from Rimura Golf Club and Raul Walker. He's from down country. Let's have a look. He also runs the luxury golf tours as well. So these 2 players relatively new to the sport. And we have Walker closest to the camera. He is using the yellow balls, and the pink balls, well, there we go, to Coelho. All right, we've got a couple more distances coming through. Adam Taylor. He was the player who was by himself there, and he has 339.
Some really good numbers in the next group by Paul West and Chris Gunderson. Paul West having 341 meters.
And Chris Gunnison, well, we thought he was happy, don't we? He was pretty happy. What was his distance there, Phils?
364 meters. I think he'll be pretty stoked with that.
Time count at 2
so
minutes.
Pretty happy on that one there. So Chris Gunnison, 364 meters. That puts him in 2nd place because, of course, Maurice Allen and Chase McEwen were 379. Chris Gunnison, 364 meters. Now we should really point out, I know we're saying it a lot, but that's because it is correct, it is breezy. In fact, windy.
Very breezy.
Blowing a gale might be appropriate there, Phyllis?
It's a little understatement, I think, there, Dave.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to stand up, let alone hit a golf ball, so we'll do our best here as we try and stand up. At the moment, Phyllis Metty is leaning on the tent post. I don't know where it's the post relying on you or you relying on the tent post.
It's teamwork. We've got Calvin, who's been teaching assistant pro at Remiro Golf Club for the last 5 months. New to the sport of long drive, and it's nice to have him out here.
And nice little crowds come along to watch as well, considering that, look, it's very sunny, but it's just very breezy as well. If you're flying a kite, you'd lose it. All right, so how many balls are we through here? We are through onto the 6th ball.
We've got about a minute left.
So ball 6 on the tee block right now.
All right, and the players getting through their shot. They should be able to make it through their 8.
Great ball by Dodu.
All right, and then we'll have our last pair, Ian Dick and Ronnie Clark as well, will be our last pair coming up of this first round.
Swing through there.
All right, 2 balls remaining, and we've got 24 seconds. Both players got to get through. That was pretty straight and true, that one. I'm not sure the distance, but it was straight. Coming up to the last ball of these 2 players.
Ball 8 on the tee.
And next up after this last ball, we have Ian Dick and Ronnie Clark.
All right, that was the last ball there for Walker. And Coelho, his last ball as well. So congratulations to those 2 players taking part in one of their first competitions.
Hopefully one of many.
Yeah, well, I think so for both players. So congratulations there for them. All right, we've got our last pair coming up. That'll be Ian Dick and Ronnie Clark. Ronnie Clark from the Hawke's Bay of New Zealand. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next 2 players, in fact, the last 2 players of the first round, we have in blue, and he has the, I guess we'll call him green, yellow. He's over here anyway. All right, this is Ian Dick. Come on, folks, give him a round of applause. Been playing quite a lot of long drive over the last 3 years or so, representing New Zealand as well. And here, from the Hawke's Bay via England and via a few other places, Ronnie Clark. He has the orange ball here. Round of applause, please, for Ronnie Clark. This is our final pair of the first round. Of course, our biggest distance is 379. We also have a 364 as well coming in. We'll wrap up all the distances very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the timing. We're about to get underway. We've got the thumbs up for the timing. Yes, we have. All right, you've got 8 balls, 3 minutes. Go for it, guys. Your time starts now.
On the tee now we have Ian Dick and Ronnie Clark. For Ian to prepare for this event, he's been doing a bit of CrossFit. His wife Nicola also does a bit of long drive. She's been partaking in some of the IGANZ events.
It's really nice, Phyllis, and I'm sure you'll agree that the players from New Zealand anyway getting together and practicing a lot, also playing in a variety of different events as well, because you've got to play, you've got to be competitive to actually improve.
Absolutely, and it's nice to be able to see them actually travel together and play different events together as well. You know, they've been supporting the Movember Movement event that happens.
Now they're looking forward to a lot of these players for the Trans-Tasman coming up not too far away at the Kinloch Golf Course. And also a number of them will be travelling to China as well. So there we go, going to China. We've been to Rarotonga, New Zealand, Australia. There's also, oh, we got a boom.
We got a big boom.
A big boom in there. So the players get to play around the Asia Pacific region, as well as obviously the World Championships in the United States, which is September every year?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, and you just happen to be a world champion. What is it, 4 times now?
3 times.
There you go. All right, coming up, both going through 4 balls so far, 1 minute 20 remaining. So it looks as though they'll be on time to get through their 8 balls within the 3 minutes.
They've just gone over halfway with just under 1 minute 20 to go. Got to give it to these guys. You've got Ronnie Clark, who was a head pro at Curry Cliffs, and Chris Gunderson, who was also a head pro. A lot of these guys actually have a job before they do long drives. So, you know, big props to them for getting out here to compete. 1 minute to go,
about
3 balls.
55 seconds left, 55 seconds. Let's give it up for Ian Dick and Ronnie Clark.
Okay, we're getting there in the last couple of balls remaining for both of these players. And as we keep on saying, that is tough conditions. It looks very sunny, it is, but it's also extremely breezy, extremely blustery.
Any of those interested, the grid that they're heading to is about 50 meters wide. It starts at 250 meters and ends down past the 400 meter mark.
We just heard that 400 meter mark. Well, no one's quite got there yet, but 379 is our distance. I think last year we maybe got around about 370 as well. I'm not sure if we managed to hit the 380 yet here in Riviera Golf Club.
Not yet. The wind conditions last year were a little different, almost the opposite to these.
All right, Ronnie Clark all finished, and Ian Dick about to wind up on his last shot as well. All right, well done there to all of our players in the first round. And we can tell you some distances have come through. All right, we've got some new distances. Adam Taylor was 339 meters. Paul West, 341. And Chris Gunderson, 364. Well done there, Chris. And nice support there from your partner as well. Good on her there for supporting you all the way through. So our biggest distances so far of the first round, 379 meters. Maurice Allen and Chase McEwen. And then coming in next, 364 meters. Our next best, the 4th best distance, Daniel Lee from Australia, 354. So those are the top 4 as we get ready to get underway. This the second round. All right, ladies and gentlemen, both players there about to get underway, and we have Alan Stroud in the white, Maurice Allen in the blue. Alan Stroud has the white ball, and Maurice Allen has the yellow ball. Our spotters are just making their way off the grid. All right, and don't forget, we do have the fireworks coming up a little bit later on. We go through 2 rounds, and then it comes down to the top 8, the quarterfinals, full quarterfinal draw there. It's elimination when we get to the quarters. So here we are, folks, getting ready. No, it looks as though we're getting that last ball. Vital that our spotters down there get that last ball. In fact, they have. They look to be off the grid. And thumbs up, gentlemen. We have one more round of applause for this, the start of the second round. Maurice Allen, Alan Stroud. And gentlemen, your time starts now. All right, so this is the start of the second round. Maurice Allen, Alan Stroud. You got one the world champ, one the national champ, New Zealand champion there. Alan Stroud was out of bounds in the first round, whereas Maurice Allen is the current co-leader with 379 meters.
While Maurice and Alan are teeing off, we've got the distances in from the last group. We have Ian Dick with 329 meters.
So Ian Dick from the last round, that was
311 meters.
Ronnie Clark, 311.
Rodu Walker, 321 meters.
All right, we're waiting for the distances.
Quayle, Obi.
And we had Calvin Coelho out of bounds in Dick, 323. We'll confirm that very shortly. Ronnie Clark, 311, and Raul Walker, 321.
And after the first round, our top four
reconfirm those distances very shortly.
We have Maurice Allen. Chase
In the meantime, Alan Stroud,
second.
Maurice Allen,
Chris Gunderson, and Daniel Lee.
Going through with 5 balls so far. Breezy conditions, as you can see by the flag there.
Moving on from 4th position, we have Alex Lunn in 5th. Paul West 6th. Adam Taylor.
And Maurice Allen, the world champion in the blue.
Mooney running out our
don't know
top
if he
8.
liked that one. And we have Alan Stroud.
Now our top 8 will
white.
be advancing into the match play finals taking place after this last qualifying group goes through. 1 minute left. 1 more minute.
And as we get ready for the 6th ball for Alan Stroud and Maurice Allen, the 7th ball, we're looking at the top distances so far. And as we've mentioned, Maurice Allen and also Chase McEwen, they are first equal, 379. We have Chris Gunderson, 364, so he's coming in 3rd place there.
20 more seconds.
354 meters there for Daniel Lee. And also 348 for Alex Lunn. So they're coming into the top 8.
Let's cheer them on. Last ball.
341 meters there for Paul West. And looking at our next player to make that top 8 at the present time, it is Stefan Scudi. He's got 333. So we'll keep on adding these up as we go, folks. Paul West, 341. Adam Taylor, 339. We'll come up with that top 8 very shortly once it gets a little bit more confirmed, but we can tell you the outright leaders, that's Chase McEwen and also Maurice Allen, 379, and then Chris Gunderson is the next best with 364. All right, so those 8 balls have been hit there by Maurice Allen, also Alan Stroud, and we'll have the next pair. This will be the 2nd pair of the 2nd round coming up in just 1 moment. That is Stefan Scudi and Alex Lunn.
All right, next up on the tee box, we have Alex Lunn taking the green ball on the left-hand side and Stefan Scudi from Australia, orange ball on the right-hand side. Alex Lunn is our current South Island champion. And Stefan Scudi, a key performer from Australia, who will be taking on New Zealand longbacks in Kinloch at the end of the year, part of the Australian long ballers.
You want me to write the top 8 up?
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
All right, folks, so still fairly breezy here as we get underway with the 2nd pairing of the 2nd round. Stefan Scudi, the tall Stefan Scudi. He has the orange ball. He's closer to the camera.
The group to be cleared.
And there we have Alex Lunn with the beard. He has the day glow balls. We'll call them.
Your time.
What should we call those? Green, yellow, yellow.
Now.
Yellow.
All right, there we go. So Alex Lunn, yellow ball. Stefan Scudi from Australia has the orange ball. About to get underway. For you, Phyllis, when you're hitting, do you take a little while to get into your first shot, or you just straight away whack?
I usually use the first 2 golf balls to just see where I'm at in terms of swing-wise. You know, see how bad my nerves are really, and then I kind of just settle myself into balls 3, 4, and 5.
Now, some people can probably see in the trees in the background, it is very, very breezy. So the players having to contend with that, albeit that it is at their back. But in many ways, you've got to hit it straight down the middle, otherwise you're out of bounds, aren't you?
Absolutely. Sometimes you just have to adjust. If you have a ball flight that you can rely on, you just need to adjust to allow the wind to push it back into the grid.
All right, and we'll let you know the top 8 very shortly, but we do know the top 3 it is. That is Maurice Allen and also Chase McEwen. They're on 379, and Chris Gunderson is 364. So that's our top 3 quite clearly.
That's right.
We know that they'll, well, at this stage, go through the
Shot clock at
through to the top 8,
50
which is
seconds.
elimination.
Now, ladies
we're
and
just going to let you
gentlemen,
know
we're gonna have a short
our
intermission
top 8.
after this. We just have to move the
We've got Maurice
fireworks
Allen and
across
Chase
the middle of
McEwen.
the grid, so we don't want any other
Chris
players in the ball.
Gunnison,
down
then
the back,
Daniel Lee
otherwise
from
they will
Australia,
be
Alex
very,
Lund,
very
Paul
busy.
West, Adam Taylor,
There's a short
and then
break,
Greg
so
Mooney.
we can let
They're
the
on top 8
fireworks
after
across
the
the
first round.
Yes. The guys have a second chance now to be able to further those distances in order to
1
qualify
minute
for the
and
top
30
8 match
seconds
play
left.
rounds.
As we watch the players go through onto the 5th ball. Phyllis, what got
With
you
those
involved in
fireworks
long
being
drives? Do you
mentioned,
just,
they will kick
well,
off
you didn't
at
like putting?
8:45
You
PM.
didn't like anything like that? You just like hitting it hard?
Burbs.
Oh, I was able
Put
to
a
hit the
lot
golf
of
ball a lot
effort
longer
and
than
work
a lot
into
of my
this
friends
event,
that
so
were
thank
about the
you
same age
to
as
them.
I was at that time.
They'll be kicking
So
off
we
at
just tried long drive
8:45
out.
PM.
We heard about the
The ground.
qualifiers that were ran by Greg Howell back in
50
the
more
day,
seconds left.
and we just tried it out, and now look.
No, there you go.
couple of
There it was. I
championships
like that.
later.
There you go, folks. There it was. All right, Alex Lund, Stefan Scudi coming up to the last ball each. This is their second round. I'm going to need, well, a good performance so far, Alex Lund in the first round, but Stefan Scudi, he's just sitting outside the top 8. So on this last ball, he's going to really need to come through and put in a good performance.
Absolutely. Stefan looks a little bit more relaxed on this round, so hopefully that'll convert into some yardages on the grid.
And Scudi down the middle on that one.
Right down the middle.
Let's see what the distance is, though. He's sitting down the middle. He doesn't look overly happy. All right, the boys happy there, Stefan Scudi and Alex Lund. That was their top 8, or their last 8. The spotters there zooming around, and we're going to look out now for our next pair, Daniel Lee and Chase McEwen, very shortly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get underway very shortly with our next pair. And as you can see, our very fit organizer, Tyler Lewis, running down there. Most other people take a cart. So we'll get underway just a couple of moments with our next pairing, which is one of our big hitting pairings. Daniel Lee, he got over 360 last time. Chase McEwen got, well, he got over 370 in his first round as well. So just a couple of moments where we make sure that we've got everything all cleared up very shortly, with our spotters off the grid as well. So we'll just be a couple of moments. Remembering the top 8 from the first round: Maurice Allen, Chase McEwen, Chris Gunnison, Daniel Lee, Alex Lund, Paul West, Adam Taylor and Greg Mooney. That's not to say it's going to stay in that order, or that's not to say it's going to stay as the top 8 either, because we're into the second round, and then we get our top 8. It goes into straight quarterfinals. It's straight elimination as well. So we'll be getting underway with the next group, the next pairing, in just a couple of moments. Also, don't forget, we do have the fireworks. In fact, I think that is the fireworks fan there. Don't hit that. It will explode. All right, so fireworks later on this evening from about 7:30, 7:45. The clubhouse is open. Lots of special events going on in there as well. So thank you very much to Boulgaris Realty for the battle in the Burbs, and the fireworks later on tonight. Bring back your kids. For the last couple of years, we have had big crowds for the fireworks. It's going to be interesting to win, but it'll be fun. All right, so let's get ready for our next pairing anyway. They'll be underway in just a moment. All right, so if we can have, well, we've got one player out here, Chase McEwen. Daniel Lee, you can come on out. Get ready. Where's Daniel? All right, guys, we'll get you ready. You can have a couple of practice swings. Get yourself up. All right, so just getting the players ready for this, their round two. Two of the bigger hitters so far. We've got over 360 and 370 with these two players. All right, guys, you got your tees ready? Yes, they have. And we're waiting for the thumbs up. Time-wise, yes, we have the thumbs up. All right, gloves on. Okay, both players, you have 3 minutes for your 8 balls starting from now.
On the tee we have Daniel Lee from Australia and Chase McEwen from New Zealand at Corona. First ball by Daniel's just bombed it straight down the left-hand side, which is fantastic. Chase has got his reliable little cut happening. Both of them have hit the grid. So both of these guys are basically qualified for the top 8. Chase in 379. Daniel with 354. And now it's about positioning, putting themselves on the right place in order to compete the best they can on what side of the draw.
All right, we've got about 2 minutes left on our shot clock. Daniel Lee, an Australian long ball on the left. And on our right, in second position at the moment, Chase, my ball, McEwen.
By the looks of it, Daniel likes the look of his ball.
Right, so Phyllis Meti, we're underway with two of our bigger hitters today. I mean, we've got one who hit 379, and the other one was 364.
A big thanks to our New Zealand Long Black sponsor, Arepa.
So 379, 364, these are two of the bigger hitters. Unless something really miraculous happens with some of the other hitters, they're going to go through to the quarterfinals. Well, you'd expect it anyway, because Chase McEwen has been one of the bigger hitters for New Zealand over the last couple of years. And, well, Daniel Lee, he went to the World Champs about 2 or 3 years ago and was impressive there. He won the Australian title, went to the World Champs. Yeah, he put in a good performance with the distances.
And it shows by these numbers.
Under 1 minute to go.
There you go.
All right. So, Phyllis, what do you think about the breeze? Has it stayed the same, or has it just gone up and down?
It's fluctuating, I think. You know, it's going up and down, but this is a lot less than what it was when we first started, I think, just going by how we're holding our temp.
We have Thomas Woods, an 18-year-old newcomer to the sport, up on the tee on the left-hand side.
Okay, so here we go. Last couple of the balls. And
30 seconds to go.
Against our very own New Zealand Long Black captain.
Let's have a look at this last one here from Chase. What do you think about this swing? There we go, waiting on his last ball.
Chase is a great golfer.
20 seconds to go,
so he'll be adapting his golf swing to something a little bit longer, a little bit faster.
All right, last ball here for Daniel Lee as well, and let's have a look at his swing.
Daniel also too plays a 4 handicap, so it's a pretty good golfer, not just a long swinger of the ball, but also someone who can finish it up and down.
All right, and we're good to go. Players, your time starts now.
On the tee we have Thomas Woods from Wellington and Dan Crook, who's just recently moved up to Auckland.
Okay, that is one heck of a breeze coming in behind us right now. If they connect with it, it is going to go straight down the middle on that one.
That'll help him.
Dan Crook was out of bounds last time.
Captain Dan Crook supporting.
He's going to have to really come up with something decent to actually get in that top 8. It's going to be a real struggle as well. So the left-hander, what do you think being a left-hander of this? Is it going to help him go down the middle?
Well, most definitely. The wind's basically coming off the left-hand shoulder if you're looking down the grid, so they need to aim up the left-hand side in order to allow the wind to push the ball first down and then also into the grid.
All right, so we're going through the first couple of balls. He's going to be feeling the pressure, Dan, isn't he? He puts the pressure on himself, but he wants to make that top 8.
Absolutely, I'd say so. And given the fact that, you know, both players went out of bounds in the first round, they need to really get one in order to count.
All right, so Dan Crook, the left-hander, on the orange ball, and Thomas Woods, the right-hander. That one looked pretty true, although it may have got picked up by the wind there. Thomas on the green net balls there.
All they have to do is put it up in the air, let the wind do the work.
We're going to have some new distances coming through for this, the second round, very shortly. But with 1 minute 35 remaining, the players getting through the ball, perhaps a little bit slower.
What a great swing in Thomas. He's got a bright future if he keeps this up. Brand new to the sport, 18 years old, +2 handicap, and he's looking to build a career in long drive.
All right, halfway through the balls and just over halfway through the timing as well. Dan especially needs to take his time, get a couple of decent shots in here because he was out of bounds in the first round.
And with about a minute to go.
So about a minute to go, a couple balls left. They really need to make these ones count.
Well, with about a minute to go, we've got some scores coming back from the last round. Maurice Allen with 380 meters. That is the longest drive of the day, ladies and gentlemen. 380 meters.
All right, so you may have just heard that Maurice Allen, 380 meters there, Phyllis, and that is the longest by 1 meter for his first round as well, but he's got it.
Well, what a way to make use of the conditions out here. Put it up in the air, in the right place, and allow the wind to do its job.
From Australia with 343 meters, and Alex Lum with 342.
All right, some very close distances there over the last couple of pairings.
Now 15 seconds to
as
go.
we went into the second round. Maurice Allen, 380, that's the highest so far, the biggest distance. Alan Stroud, 352. Alex Lunn, I'll make that Alex Lunn, 342. And Stefan Scudi, 343.
Right. Good improvements by both players, by all players so far. Alan Stroud especially having a 352 out of nowhere.
All right. Just bear with us quickly as we take a short break.
It was out of nowhere.
Scores
I tell you, trying to keep the ball in anywhere is the hardest thing to do here. Trying to keep our balance is pretty difficult as well. We have our spotters out there on the grid right now as we come up to the next pairing, which will be
next we have
Sean Ralston and Nick Hanna.
Christchurch and the pink ball on the left-hand side up against Nick Hanna, a local, the Remuera Golf Club, with the yellow balls on the right-hand side.
All right, so Nick Hanna and Sean Ralston. Sean Ralston from Christchurch. He's one of the event people out of Christchurch as well. Runs an event business there. And Nick Hanna.
Waiting for the grid to be cleared.
And we're just clearing the grid.
And the man in the middle of the grid, Grant Nicholas, club manager.
Sean hitting the pink golf ball.
We're good to
Nick
go.
on the right-hand side, closest to the camera.
All right, so we got the thumbs up there.
Ball.
Nick Hanna with the yellow ball. And we... That's all right, Phyllis. I'm just repeating the good points that you make. And we do like to repeat your good points there, Phyllis, as we continue with the commentary. In the very blustery conditions, trying to keep up the tempo, or it's trying to keep us upright as well. And Remuera on the #1 hole. And in the golf shorts, the golf pants, we have Nick Hanna, and in the black and white is Sean Ralston from Christchurch. He has the pink ball, and as we said, we've got the yellow ball for Nick Hanna. Just waiting for the grid to be cleared as well from our spotters. What a tough job there, Phyllis, with the spotting. You've got to see it, you've got to find it.
Absolutely. Sometimes when the balls are flying all over the place, it's hard to follow whose ball is whose.
Are we going to see you out there later on, Phyllis, just to give it a go, just to see how you go? Come on, you must love the wind out on the tee.
Must be comedy week, Dave.
All right, getting underway very shortly. Waiting for the clearance.
All right, the grid is clear. Players, are we ready? Your time starts now.
All right, 3 minutes underway. Sean Ralston on the left-hand side, Nick Hanna on the right. Good swing by Nick there.
All right, the boys been given some encouragement by their mates there.
Nick Hanna are heading off. We've got some scores coming back from our last group.
Ball 2 on the block.
All right, let's listen out for some scores coming through as well.
Chase McEwen with 353 meters.
So Chase McEwen, 353.
358 meters. Thomas Woods, a young up-and-comer, with 345 meters. And Dan Crook with 308 meters.
All right, so just unconfirmed reports there for our last couple of groups, our last couple of pairs. We had Daniel Lee, 358. Chase McEwen, 353.
Thomas Woods with 345 meters, and Dan Crook with 308.
We'll just reconfirm on Dan Crook's distance, 308.
308.
All right, so he's on the board, but I don't think he's going to be very happy with that.
No, I don't think so either.
I believe that will put him out of the top 8 this stage. However, Chase McEwen, we believe, well, he was going to make the top 8 if the scores were taken at the present time. The biggest distance of the day, 380 meters. Of course, Maurice Allen. In fact, every time he's come to this club, he's won it. So he knows it well.
He's got a bit of an advantage, but you know, at the end of the day, you still have to hit the golf ball, and he's been doing that so far.
For the kids, if you guys want to jump in with the action, there is a bouncy castle zone located next to the pro shop. Head on down there and meet the lovely folks from CLM, the gym.
All right, so we're trying to find the top 8, which will then go through to match play elimination, quarterfinals. It'll be, if you get beaten there, well, you get beaten, you're out. And of course, you have to make the top 8 to make the quarterfinals as well.
1 more minute.
All right, so our 2 players, Sean Ralston and Nick Hanna, teeing off now. The last couple of balls with a minute to go. They've got through this fairly quickly so far.
Final ball on the tee.
And I'd like to say thank you very much to our sponsors as well, Boulgaris, also IGANZ, the organisers, Olna Ford, and also Tyler Lewis, putting in all the effort as well. Rimura Golf Club, that's where we are on the number 1 hole. And here we go with the last shot for both players.
That is a fantastic golf ball by Nick Hanna up the right-hand side with a nice draw. Boom, there it goes. There goes our pamphlets.
All right. And next up, following these players, we have Gareth Campbell in the green ball and Greg Mooney with the orange ball.
All right, Greg Mooney in the top 8.
Gareth Campbell.
And Gareth Campbell, well, he's going to try and make that top 8 to make it through to the quarterfinals. And the very blustery conditions here at Rimura Golf Club.
Both of these players are members of the New Zealand Long Blacks national team. Greg, a new addition. Gareth has been in there for a while. Recently in Rarotonga at the Pacific Rim event 2018, Greg Mooney made his breakthrough, jumped onto the scene with a massive long drive competing against Maurice Allen.
All right, getting underway for our next pair. Gareth Campbell and Greg Mooney.
Later on the day with a 360-meter drive from Maurice.
We have Gareth Campbell on the green ball. And Greg Mooney with the orange. Greg Mooney, the left-hander.
All right, players.
And the biggest distance so far today has been Maurice Allen, 380 metres.
Starts now.
And in the first round, he got 379 metres along with Chase McEwen as well. So the 2 players about to get underway. Their time has started. Hope they realise that because they're going to have to get underway very quickly for their 8 balls.
Gareth Campbell on the tee. and Greg Mooney, our lefty, on the right-hand side of the screen.
A lot of height on that one from Greg Mooney. I don't know if he was happy.
And you can't stick around for any longer. There is a live feed on the IGANZ Long Drive page. Go give it a follow on Facebook, Instagram, and you guys can view that from your couch at home on the big screen TV.
Both very strong men. They need to hit at least the 345 to 350 in order to try and qualify for the top 8.
The Stream Shop. Big thanks to Helen and Daniel Robson for this.
Both very strong men. Fireman and Greg Mooney. Gareth was a bodybuilder at some stage, but both very, very strong. So creating the speed and being able to hit the golf ball, make good contact is really important today.
All right, so Phyllis Metty. We've seen a lot of good different styles, a lot of good shots. There's no one style in long drive, is there?
No, absolutely not. It's a matter of who can hit the golf ball the longest. And, you know, if you swing it the fastest, it's not always the best thing to do. Slow it down a little bit, get some control, make good contact. You'll hit the grid 9 times more than you would if you didn't.
All right, well, we're seeing some different styles so far today, but one style really seems to shine through. Oh, goodness. That's going to have to take a lot of wind to bring that one back in. All right, so that was Greg Mooney there. Perhaps not hitting it where he wanted, that's for sure, actually.
That's a great ball by Gareth Campbell. Up the left-hand side, hugging the left, blowing it back into the right. Should finish on the right side of the grid, far right side.
Yeah, one style that has come through has been Maurice Allen, who is leading the competition at the moment on 380, also 379 in his first round.
Also a long driver who hasn't started in golf. You know, he's used his athletic ability to be able to hit the golf ball a long way, and look at where he is.
Exactly. Well, as the world champion, it's great to have him back in New Zealand as well.
Aren't we lucky?
All right. We've got the funky music in the background, keeping us going here. You love it. I've seen you dancing away here.
Keeps me warm.
Keeps you warm indeed in the breeze. All right, we've got about... let's have a look. About 4 more groups to go after this one as well.
Yeah.
A shout out to Luxio Vehicles for
20 seconds to go.
The Long Blacks this year.
Greg's got one more ball.
New sponsor on board. Big appreciation for them. 10 more seconds. 10 more seconds.
So coming up with 10 more seconds, we've got Gareth Campbell already through.
5,
Greg Mooney
4,
about to hit his last
3,
shot.
2, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Gareth Campbell and Greg Mooney.
Not too happy with that last ball.
And the next player will be Adam Taylor. He is by himself. Decent distance in the first round to make the top 8. He's going to need, again, well, he's going to have to come up with another good distance because this second round has seen Maurice Allen on 380. Stefan Skirty was 343. Alex Lunn 342. Daniel Lee 358. Chase McEwen 353. Thomas Woods 345. So a lot of people there. A lot of the players, a lot of the hitters getting around the 340 to 350 mark in the second round. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, our next hitter coming up, Adam Taylor. And he made the top 8 for the first round, so he's just hanging in there at the moment, but some big distances coming through in this, the second round. A lot of players coming through at 340, 350 as well. So we're just waiting for our spotters to clear the area there. And we've got one of the golf carts going off, and they are just checking on the last couple of balls there. So we're coming through to the top 8. We have 3 to 4 more pairings coming after this. And the idea is make that top 8, make it through to the quarterfinals and the elimination going all the way through to the final. We want to see a good winner today. The biggest distance so far has been Maurice Allen, 380. In fact, that was his second round. His first round was 379, alongside Chase McEwen as well, also on 379. Checking there, the spotters making their way off. All right, so 380, 379, 364. The biggest distances so far. As we await our spotters, they are off the grid now. And awaiting our timing. All right, we're all good. Adam Taylor, you have 3 minutes starting from now for your 8 balls. All right, so underway there. Adam Taylor hitting by himself. His first round was just over 330 meters. He was just inside the top 8. Went through his timing pretty well there, just inside the top 8 on his first round, although the distances in the second round seem to have got a little bit more consistent, a little bit better, over 340 all the time, 350 around about.
I think they just got through their first round jitters and now they've been able to settle in and just get on with their job.
And as we have a look here on the yellow ball, nice close-up of the club. We've only had one club being broken so far, is that right?
That's right. Is that an Alex Lunn?
Yeah, well, I think that's probably happened before. I mean, the pressure that goes on the clubs, on the heads, must be immense.
Absolutely. Some of these guys are swinging up to 148 miles per hour. So any kind of pressure, and even an off-hit shot can also sometimes break a club.
We're counting down with about
What's the length of the clubs in long drive? Is there a particular length that you're allowed?
So the guys sit around 47 to 48 inches. The USGA rules say that 48 inches is the longest club that you can have. That conforms with the rules.
We had Sean Ralston.
I would imagine a lot of the guys sitting around 47 and a half, 48 inches long.
Greg Mooney with 332 meters. To top it off, Garrett Campbell
in the long drive
with
tour.
321. Up after Adam Taylor, we have Chris Gunderson, who is currently sitting in third place at the moment, taking on Paul West.
So we were mentioning that Nick Hanna had a couple of good shots, and well, certainly one good shot there for him in particular.
Chris Gunderson will be with the green ball on the left-hand side, and
that was a fantastic ball, and I think that was on his last one there, straight down the line with a nice draw.
All right, so Nick Hanna was hitting with Sean Ralston, and Sean
had OB on that. Unfortunately, none of those balls counted, so...
All right, and as we mentioned, folks, we had Gareth Campbell, 321 meters, Greg Mooney, 332, but Nick Hanna, the big star out of that last few players, 353 meters, so good on there.
That's right, Sean Ralston will be going through with 329, so we'll just have to see how that goes, how that matches up with the rest of the group in the top 8.
We're going to have a lot of players around the 350 meters trying to make that top 8. We've got 3 or 4 distinctive players at the moment. Of course, Maurice Allen up there with 380. We've got 364. Who was that from? We've got
Daniel Lee.
Yeah, Daniel Lee, and also Chase McEwen on 379. Right. Those 3 players are our top 3, pretty clear right at the moment.
Absolutely, and probably your most consistent hitters out of the group so far, with others on the tail, on their way up.
Right, so coming up to our next pair, and that's going to be Chris Gunderson and Paul West. They had some decent distances in the first round.
Time check with our schedule. We've got 2 more.
So Paul West in the first round was 341 meters, and Chris Gunderson was 364.
3 more matches, including this one.
So Daniel Lee 354 and Chris Gunderson 364. So those are our top ones there. So Chris Gunderson is actually in third, and Daniel Lee is in fourth from the first round. So let's correct that.
Starts now.
Chris Gunderson using
so the top 8 from the first round were Maurice Allen, Chase McEwen, Chris Gunderson, Daniel Lee, Alex Lunn, Paul West, Adam Taylor, and Greg Mooney. That will change a little bit in the second round and through to the quarterfinals as well. So Chris Gunderson, he is in the white shirt, and Paul West in the blue shirt.
Hitting the orange golf ball is Paul. Green ball, Chris.
If you jump on IGANZ Long Drive on social media, on Facebook and Instagram.
So Paul West will be trying his best to qualify for the top 8. He's looking for a high 340, 350 number.
Thank you. Awesome stuff.
All right, so our two players on the grid right now there for this. Paul West in the blue, and we have Chris Gunnison on the white.
Here we go. There's a ball there that Paul likes. Paul's looking for a high 340, 350 number in order to qualify. Chris is just trying to hold his position in the top 8.
Well, Chris is actually in the 3rd place overall after the first round. He got the 364, and it was Daniel Lee getting the 354. So we're right up there with Chris.
Absolutely. It's about positioning for Chris, whereas Paul's trying to make his way into the top 8.
Yeah, exactly. So that top 8 being elimination as well. It is true quarterfinals, so it is 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, etc., etc.
Right.
And we go through to then the semi-finals, the finals, and we should have a champion by, well, around about 7 o'clock New Zealand time, if not a little bit before as well.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right, so this long drive here, we've got people who have competed, the world champs. We've got a world champion, a New Zealand champion. Everybody wants to win this just to get up the ranking points as well, and also a bit of prize money thrown in.
Absolutely. This event offers world long drive points, and that ups the rankings, obviously. And so, you know, a lot of these guys are trying to establish themselves on the world ranking in the World Long Drive Tour, but also those that are trying to maintain their position up there.
Counting down.
And Maurice Allen, and also Alan Stroud.
Paul West and Chris Gunderson.
All right, coming up to the last couple of balls there. In fact, 3 balls remaining for
these two will also be
Paul West.
In action against the Aussie Long
Chris has
Ballers
got 2
in
golf
December
balls.
at the Kinloch Golf Course down by Taupo. Beautiful location.
Swinging it nice and relaxed as Paul, as Chris there on the left-hand side.
Exciting long drive golf to be
He
held.
already knows he's got a qualifying number in 364, so
ball coming off there.
he's relaxed.
Left.
So let's just have a look here. Oh, the last couple of balls and a big breeze coming through. The boys trying to hit their last one.
Ball.
All right, so we have completed there. There didn't seem to be too much emotion coming from either player there.
Business as usual by the looks of it.
Exactly.
Clearing the grid.
All right, great
Clearing
stuff.
the
Coming
grid.
down to the last couple
A short
of
break
players
followed
as well.
by Our last 4 players taking the tee box.
And we'll have the distances coming through from those 2 players very shortly. Coming up next will be Ronnie Clark from the Hawke's Bay and Ian Dick as well. And not too far after that will be our last group, our last pair. Calvin Coelho from Remuera as Raul Walker as well. Coming through very shortly. And this, of course, is on the live stream that you can see all around the world. We have a long drive. Thank you very much to Boulgaris Realty here at Remuera Golf Club. Also to IGANZ, Ona Ford, and also to Tyler Lewis as well.
Right-hand side. And Ronnie Clark rocking the pink balls on the left-hand side of the grid.
Okay, so our 2 players up there. Let's have a look. Ian Dick in the blue shirt. And I guess it's a great shirt there with the pink ball. And that is Ronnie Clark. So Ian Dick with the white ball, blue shirt, and with the pink ball, and the grey shirt.
Shortly after these boys head off,
There's Ronnie Clark
with some scores from the last couple of rounds.
All right, about to get underway. We're just waiting for the spotters to off the grid. One of them's running. That will not be Grant.
Clearing the grid
All right,
quickly
so
that
getting
we can get the next round
underway. All right. You wouldn't want to be down there spotting, would you, Phyllis?
No, I'm pretty good where I am.
All right. You sure don't want to run down there, Phyllis. All right, you can keep on dancing up here as we have the DJ in our background. All right. Thank you very much to a lot of our sponsors, all of our supporters as well. New Zealand Golf, Omni Graphics, Boxing Alley, Luxido New Zealand, Breathe Easy, D3 Tape, CLM, Koimara Primary School. Thank you very much to Koimara Primary School for their Kapahaka group as well.
Ronnie Clark, round 2.
And we'll just mention the other sponsors too, at Boulgaris Realty, Remuera Golf Club, that's where we are, folks. Luxury Golf Tours, Arifa, Steam Shop, Golf Further, Nexus Creative. Thank you very much to all of our supporters and all of our sponsors as well.
Ronnie Clark and Ian Dick on the tee block next.
Clear. We are good to go.
A bit of work cut out for the 2 of them. They're looking for higher numbers in the 323 from Ian and 311 from Ronnie. They should be looking around the high 340s, low 350s in order to qualify for the top 8.
They're going to need something impressive, aren't they, if they really want to make the top 8, because those distances at the moment are not good enough.
They need to pull the cat out of the bag.
All right, still very, very breezy here. Maybe it's dropped, but we don't want to curse it. There's a wind is behind the players, but it does mean they actually have to hit straight. We've had a lot of out of bounds. In fact, probably half a dozen players almost out of bounds so far today in the first and the second round. Low ball there by Ian Dick, low.
That's absolutely right.
I don't know if it went on the grid though. And just to point out here on the #1 hole at Remuera Golf Course, we are up quite high, so it does give a bit of advantage there. Is that right, being up high?
It could be an advantage. Right now, where the wind's coming from, which is the southwest, it's going to help, most definitely. Whereas last year we had like a northeasterly, we were hitting it into the wind. The guys needed to hit the ball low in order to first get the ball into the grid, but also let it roll out.
All right, and a time check.
Would you say that this hole is quite exposed as well to the elements? I mean, it's a lovely hole, don't get me wrong, but it is quite exposed.
Most definitely. Being elevated, you know, we are exposed to the wind up here, so hitting the golf ball nice and strong with great contact is so important today.
Right, so getting through three balls each so far. Oh, there seemed to be a good response there. So we're looking for the top 8, and they'll take us through the quarterfinals and the match play elimination, and down to the semi-finals and the final. And there we go, the winner, and there'll also be a third and fourth playoff as well. But we're looking for that winner to get the ranking points and also the prize money as well. Only one more pair coming up after this, and then we go through the distances. And we go through those distances to see who our top 8 are. At the moment, we know that Maurice Allen is up the top, then Chase McEwen, then Chris Gunnarsson, and then, well, it's pretty much up in the air with a lot of good players coming through. Daniel Lee got 3.58 in the second round, so at the present time, that will put him in 4th place. But we will wait and get those distances confirmed very shortly once we finish the second round. We've got Ronnie Clark and Dick on course at the moment, and then Calvin Coelho and Raul Walker coming up after that as the final pair.
Coming up to the last couple of golf balls on this tee.
And next up on the tee for our last two, we have Calvin.
Let's have a look at the distance. Let's take a look at the swings of these players.
Ronnie more of a golf swinger. Well, actually, both of them play good golf, but Ronnie's positions are just a lot tidier than Ian's.
Well, they really are taking their time here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
There's still about 4 balls remaining and only 15 seconds. I guess they're trying to make an impact with the balls they've hit.
10 seconds left.
They're going to have a few left over. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing. All right, and as we're back there, up to the 7th. There you go. That was real quick hitting there. Thank you very much there, Daniel. And also Phyllis Metty holding up the marquee in the breeze. All right, there's our two players there, Ronnie Clark and Ian Dick. Looking for some good performances there.
Calvin Coelho and Raul Walker.
All right, there we go, folks. Our next two players, Calvin Coelho from Remuera. He's from this golf course himself, knows the course very well. And Raul Walker coming up from Luxury Golf Tours as well. That's his company. All right, both relatively new to the sport, but both pretty keen to continue and do well here. And we do have Coelho on the orange balls, and we've got Walker on the yellow ball. We'll have some more distances coming through very shortly, because the players want to be in the top 8, and we have a clear top 3, top 4 at the present time.
Players, your time starts now.
All right, so our final two on the grid, ready to tee off. And it's then that we go through and find that top 8. How was that from Walker? Looks to have a bit too much height on that one. Is it better to be first or last, Phyllis? It doesn't matter? It
doesn't really matter. First things first, you need to qualify. I think that's the most important thing. So getting some balls in the grid is really important. Both guys on the team need to do a bit more work in order to qualify for the top 8. But again, you know, these guys are first timers in any IGANZ long drive event, and they're doing a great job.
All right, so here we go, getting ready. Already a couple of balls down for these players. Difficult conditions for the players, with the wind behind them.
We had Adam Taylor with a distance of 347 meters. Paul West, 343 meters. And to run it all off, Chris Gunnarsson with 309 meters.
All right, so Chris Gunnison had a good performance in the first round, but we're just rechecking the distance there. 3:09 in the second round, but we're not totally sure. We'll get that confirmed very shortly. We're going to get those distances reconfirmed. All right, so we're going to get those distances reconfirmed very shortly.
A minute and a half to go.
And as we said, we do have Maurice Allen on 380. Chase McEwen on 379. Chris Gunnison in the first round was 364. Here we go with these new distances coming through. So Adam Taylor 349.
347 from Adam Taylor. Chris Gunnison 309, but it didn't really matter, did it? Because he had a 363 in the first round. We've got Paul West improving with 343.
So Chris Gunnison's going to have to rely on that first round to get him through, which will get him into the top 8.
Absolutely.
Adam Taylor 349. I'm not sure about that one. That's going to be on the cusp, do you think?
Well, we'll find out when we collate the scores at the end.
All right, so our last players here. What have we got? We're getting through the balls there.
347 meters.
But a few more balls.
Currently sitting in 8th position.
347, not 349 for Adam Taylor. So there we
They
go.
will qualify for the top 8.
So just checking on those distances very shortly. So Adam Taylor 347.
Just a reminder,
just had it reconfirmed.
Allen is currently in first position, sitting on a distance of 380 meters.
All right, we're looking at now 30 seconds remaining for these two hitters here, Walker and Koelo.
30 seconds to go.
All right, 30 seconds to go, and wind slightly died down just for the moment.
Our qualifying for this afternoon.
All right, so here we go. Last couple of balls for these two players,
That's it.
Walker and Koelo.
That wraps up their 3 minutes and 8 golf balls for the two players.
Qualifying is officially over.
As we heard, qualifying is over, and we're going to collate the scores and come back with the top 8.
All right, we will be back with you very shortly with more commentary. In fact, we'll come back with the top 8 very soon here at the Remuera Golf Club.
5:30 p.m. to tee off our match play finals. Maurice Allen, number 1, will be taking on the 8th seed, who we're currently waiting to find out.
This IGANZ event is proudly brought to you by Boulgaris and all our fantastic sponsors. Now, live from Remuera Golf Club,